Hey, I'm Steve, second year game dev student. I tend to chronically overwork and undersleep, and I manage a bowling alley for my day job. And if you find the one I work at, you get a free beer. Let's see, about me. I have a general contempt for business as a concept, but that's not going to stop me from giving 100% in this class. I firmly believe that you cannot change a system that you don't thoroughly understand. As definitely learned from my time as a game programmer, working exclusively with artists. I'm going to be talking about the SDGs that I think are the most important for fixing the general mess that we've made here. Those being number 1 on the list, no poverty. Number 3, good health and well-being. Number 4, quality education. And number 16, peace, justice, and strong institutions. I believe that these tenets 100% must be upheld if we stand even a chance at stabilizing the world and making sure we don't descend into the hellscape that we're very clearly veering towards. I'm just going to go over now a couple of reasons that I think each one's important. So get ready for some of the most depressing statistics that you've ever heard, in the order I mentioned above. So no poverty, good health and well-being, quality education, and then peace, justice, and strong institutions. First off here, globally only about 8.5% of children, 7.8% of the ill and disabled, and 23.2% of the elderly are covered by social programs. So to be clear, it's less than 10% of children in the world, less than 10% of the disabled and terminally ill, and less than a quarter of the elderly. Definitely what I would call rookie numbers, and I feel like we can do better than that. Ideally, everybody should be covered, probably. Second of all, almost 4 million, 3.81 million to be exact. So 4 million people globally have been forced into extreme poverty by medical debt since 2010, which might genuinely be the most evil thing I can think of. Like, you can't live and be healthy. That's super evil, right? Also, for my third point, if trends continue as they have, in 2030, 84 million more children globally won't be able to access public schooling, which might not seem like a large number. 84 million, when compared to the 8 billion people we have, it seems small. But this is a problem that only gets worse, because those children are going to grow up, and they're going to have their children. So maybe this generation, it's 84 million, but then the next, 168, that doubles again to 336 in the next 20 years. And before the end of the century, we're looking at 1 billion children with essentially no future, right? Like, 1 billion, with a B. Billion. That's kind of insane. And maybe worst of all is the fact that the systems and institutions that we've built are actively working against us here. With the median parliamentary member's age being over 2 decades, 21 years older than the world average age. So the people in charge of the world are fighting for their interests and their beliefs, which are radically different and oftentimes fully opposed to the ideals and wants of the general populace. So I guess big conclusion here, I'm Steve, nothing is going well, globally speaking, but I believe that we can fix it. Through making sure everyone has access to education, equitably distributing goods and services to people who need them, and better representation in our systems and institutions. And honestly, I look forward to speaking more about these things through the semester, because I think it's important to have these conversations. You know, things don't get better unless we address them. I know it seems scary, right? Like, a lot of these numbers are bad, because they are very bad, but it's not all bad. This video's been kind of doom and gloom. There are good parts. AIDS has gone down by about 6% in the last 20 years. We're killing that. I had other numbers, but I can't seem to remember them at this moment. But yeah, I think this is an important conversation to have. And I'm glad that we have the chance over the semester to talk about these issues, because a lot of the time, life tends to get in the way, and that's kind of how we get into these situations. Life gets in the way, so that people don't pay attention, and then we end up where we are now, with, millions of children not going to school, and less than 10% of the ill and disabled having social services. So I think paying attention to this, like we have been, is very important. And I truly am looking forward to talking more about this, because it's something I'm very passionate about, as I'm sure you can tell. And yeah, that's it from me for now. I look forward to seeing you guys in the next couple of videos.